here right now, what would you tell him?
Tell him to get out of office, man. He's it up. He's old. He's falling off of bikes and it's over, man. Give it up.
I tell him, let Trump back in office. He did better for the black culture.
Trump 2024.
All right, guys. So one of you sent me this epic rant from a liberal on TikTok that really proves what I've been telling you guys about how this whole Roe v. Wade thing being overturned is actually backfiring on the Democrats. It is not going to have the effect the Democrats think that it's going to have on the midterms, in which their base is going to get angry at the Republicans and then go out and vote for Democrats in response to Roe v. Wade being overturned. In fact, the exact opposite effect might happen. Because of Roe v. Wade being overturned, the base of that party might say, you know what is the point of voting for Democrats if they're going to be useless and ineffective, and the only thing they seem to be good at is trying to raise money from us, right? And that is exactly what this epic rant right here from this guy on TikTok, Alex Perlman, right? That's his name. It seems like that's exactly what he's saying in this rant that I just think that was just beautiful, right? And I just want to be clear. I'm conservative. I'm happy with the conservative Supreme Court, okay? I'm happy with some of the things that we're seeing in the Republican Party, specifically at the state level, not the national level, but the state level. So hey, you know, I'm glad that the Democrat Party is inept, right, and that they can't really seem to get things done. But you know, as a political analyst here, I have to take a step back sometimes and get rid of my own bias and see that what the Democrats are doing to their base is robbery, right? It really is. And again, this rant right here is really going to drive home that point about how their base is currently feeling about them, which again spells disaster in the midterms for them. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this.
I'm not going to shut up about this. I'm not, because I can't yell at the Republicans. They're not going to change. They are who they are. We're stuck with them. We're not going to change them. You can't shame them. You can't convince them. You can't trick them. You can't outplan them. But I can yell at the Democratic Party.
Facts. 100% facts. You can't blame the Republicans for doing what Republicans are supposed to do, right? You can't blame them, okay? You can't. Because, again, the Democrats will come out here and tell their base, oh, no, vote for us because it's the Republicans' party's fault. Because Republicans are bad, right? When it's like, no. Republicans are doing what Republicans are supposed to do, right? And then at some point, you can't simply tell people to vote for you because the other party bad. That doesn't work. At some point, you actually have to fulfill your promises.
And I can tell them where they can at least make one fucking small change to stop pissing me the off every hour right now. Stop sending me fundraising requests right now, okay? The Republican Party had a plan for the last 50 years to overturn Roe v. Wade.
Facts. They did. They did. This was in the works for a long time. I try to tell you guys. Back during the Obama administration, Mitch McConnell single-handedly was responsible for preventing Obama from filling up a lot of these seats in the federal court system that left a whole lot of seats open for when Trump or whatever Republican president really got into office, they could fill those seats, which matters when it comes to these court cases, okay? And that includes the Supreme Court, whether we're talking about Mitch McConnell preventing Merrick Garland from being confirmed to the Supreme Court, or after Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, and basically Mitch McConnell really in the Senate said, look, we're not really going to focus on the stimulus, right? Which is what Nancy Pelosi wanted to focus on. It's like, we're going to put aside the stimulus and make sure we get Amy Coney Barrett confirmed to the Supreme Court before the election. That was all kind of Mitch McConnell. And I know a lot of people aren't really going to like that, but I'm just telling you guys the truth. Mitch McConnell, from a legislative perspective, when it comes to what goes on in the Senate, what goes on in Congress, for the Republican Party, he is the straw that stirs the drink, okay? I don't like Mitch McConnell as a person, okay? I think he's a corrupt individual, okay? However, I got to due credit where credit is due when it comes to how he has been the brainchild of the Republican Party basically for the last 20 years, right? And then that's just the reality of the situation, right? That's just what it is. Say what you want to say, but the GOP out-strategized the Democrat Party on this issue, right? And they actually out-strategize them on a lot of issues, mainly when it comes to setting up the federal court system in favor of conservatives, which again is something that has been in the works for a long time. Okay, it is what it is. They got played, and you can't blame Republicans for doing what Republicans are supposed to do. You can't blame them. You can't.
We had a leak 5 weeks ago telling us that this exact thing was going to happen, and your response after 5 weeks of careful study and planning and thought has been to send us nonstop fundraising emails.
That's because they don't have a plan. The Democrats, look, man, this is what blows my mind about people that still vote for them. I'm like, what major policy proposals are the Democrats putting out there that is actually going to help their base? All their major policy proposals are about them keeping power, right? Their so-called voting rights legislation, them keeping power. Expanding the Supreme Court, them keeping power. Making D.C. a state, them keeping power, right? Abolishing the filibuster, them keeping power. That's what it's about, right? All the things that the Democrats are for is all about them keeping power. That is it. That's it.
All right, so let me just read you a quick list. Mark Warner. He's the Democratic senator from Virginia. He's worth $214.1 million. Don Beyer, he's a Democratic Virginia House member. He's worth $124.9 million. Dean Phillips, he's a Minnesota House member. He is worth $123.8 million. Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House of the Democratic Party from California, is worth $114.7 million. Dianne Feinstein, who doesn't know where the she is right now, the senator from California, part of the Democratic Party, is worth $87.9 million.
Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy, guys, how public servants, so-called public servants, are worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And they're turning around and sending fundraising emails to their poor middle-class constituents to send them money for them to do nothing, right? For them to do absolutely nothing, for them to continue to get their asses kicked by the other party, right? Again, I just love how this liberal is keeping it 100. He's keeping it 100, okay? And I'm telling you, this is how a whole lot of their base actually feels. And if people are feeling like this, again, why would you vote for the Democrats, right? Why would you vote for them if they're useless?
Million. You guys want money? F***ing call your guy. You call him every week to do insider trading. Stop f***ing sending me emails. Stop sending me f***ing texts.
Facts.
Stop.
Facts, bro. Facts. You want money? Go call your financial advisor, bro. Sell some stocks, right? Sell some stocks. Raise your own money. You got $100 and some million, right? Bruh, this cracks me up. This rant is hilarious, but it's 100% true. 100% facts.
Reading poems and singing goddamn karaoke. You have power. You have it. You're in those seats. We're the ones who are powerless. Stop pretending you're protesting. If you don't want to do it or it's too hard, retire. You're rich as You don't need to do anything. If I had $114.7 million, Nancy Pelosi, you know what I'd do? First thing, I'd get my husband a driver so he didn't get a goddamn DUI. Second thing, you know what I'd do? I'd be on a boat. I'd be on a boat. $114.7 million. And you want to send me a
Bruh, I am dying right now. I am dying. This dude is 100% on point, bro. Democrats screwed up, dog. They screwed up, bro. They sent their constituents emails to fundraise after taking a major L, and they thought that it was just going to rake in the money. They thought their constituents was just going to send them more money for them to continue to get outclassed by Mitch McConnell. Bruh, that's not how it works, dog. Again, Democrats think their base is dumb. And this is what I try to tell people, bruh. Democrats don't think that their base is smart, right? They're trying to appeal to people that they think are stupid. Right? This is why they send out tone-deaf emails like that. That's why Kamala and Joe Biden and all the major Democrat figures, they put out these tone-deaf photo ops thinking that all they need to get your vote is to sing Kumbaya and talk about how they're against racism and, you know, they're pro-LGBTQ or whatever. That's all they need to do. You notice how they sign these bills, these so-called hate crime bills? They sign them periodically, right, to throw a bone, right, to the woke base. Say, look, we're doing something. We're signing this anti-lynching bill. Who's getting lynched, right? Who is getting lynched in the United States of America right now? Bruh, this is absolutely hilarious. And this is any indication of how some of the progressives, some of the liberals in that base are feeling. They're going to get wiped out. They're getting wiped out, okay? This party is on life support. This party is on life support. And it is glorious. I'm absolutely loving every single minute of it. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.